Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out this brand new 2024 Toyota GR86. This is the base trim with a 6-speed manual transmission. The color here is called steel. We got a black cloth interior, bare bones spec, just a couple of cosmetic options. Otherwise, everything is going to be standard equipment. So is this sports car to buy over maybe the manual GR86, the BRZ, or even the Mazda Miata? You can let me know at the end of the review. So let's dig in. Front end of the GR86, again, the steel paint looking good against the flat black on the front grille, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, standard bulbs for turn signals, the GR badge on the top right of the front grille, but those really nice looking side air curtains, they're fake. Toyota needs to make them functional. I don't know why they put so many fake vents on a sports car. The Supra's about the worst of them. Well, when you go GR86 base in the manual, here's our wheel and tire setup, right? We get a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Toyota badge on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Michelin Primacy 4 all-season tires, 215 on the width, a 45 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, rear wheel drive. Moving on out, the steel looking good against the black, no chrome bling, which I do like. Now, suspension-wise, we're going to be McPherson front strut up front, multi-link in the rear with a rear Torsen limited slip diff. Moving on in, we are gloss black on our side view mirrors, no LED turn signals, and here we do have a functional fender vent here, so that's good. Color matched on the door handles up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. Now, as we look at the rear end of this GR86, I do like the deck lid spoiler that kicks up, flat black down below, functional dual exhaust, and we have a full LED spread in the back for our lighting. So I think they got it right here on the back of this GR86. Let me know what you think. Under the hood of this GR86 manual, what do we got? We got a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated flat 4 engine mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. You can also get this with an automatic transmission. 228 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 20 in the city, 26 on the highway, 22 combined. Okay, before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 24 GR86 manual transmission, $29,300. After options and a destination and delivery charge of $1,095 from Toyota's Ota Gunma, Japan assembly plant, we have a total MSRP from the factory of $30,773. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. It's going to be all black, soft touch up here where your elbow goes, and then we're going to go hard plastic. We're going to go flat black on the door handle, nice soft armrest with the stitching, small door pocket, and then we're going to go flat black on the switchgear standard audio system. Footbox action, nice large dead pedal, clutch, brake, and accelerator, looking pretty good. Since this is the base, I'm not going to hit it for aluminum pedals. I'm sure you can get those if you move up in the trims. I believe you can. The floor mats are in the back of the vehicle at this time. Now, seats were going to be all manual for the driver and the passenger. Black cloth, pretty stiff on the side bolstering, pretty stiff on the headrests here in this base trim. Passenger door panel, same action as the driver, no change. Up top, we're going to go soft touch, some brushed aluminum trim into your heat and air vent, then hard black plastic under that with a nice large glove box. All right, center stack. Now, you're going to see a lot of similarities in this 86 to a Subaru BRZ because this is a joint venture between Toyota and Subaru. So the Subaru version is the BRZ, and this entire interior, except for a couple of Toyota badges, is going to be a Subaru interior, just so you know. 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards. Here's your base 8-inch infotainment system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto, and this is a Subaru system, not a Toyota system. but you can go to your radio. You can make sure the volume's down. And there you have it. You got your HD radio, Sirius XM. So that's a nice touch here in this base trim. And go back to home. You got your media, Bluetooth, your phone, your apps, roadside assistance, vehicle settings right here, where you can set up your driver profiles, your Wi-Fi hotspot, and all that other jazz in here. So the clock, outside temperature, adjust your sound for your speakers. Again, phone, how you want that to be set up. So it's a nice, easy system to use. Now, let's go to reverse. And then we have an okay backup camera with trajectory. Not the greatest, but not the worst. And we're back out of reverse, and there you have it. So there you go. Pretty basic. Now we have dual climate. Here's your GR86 push button start. We can do your climate functions right here. Down further, here is the gear shift for the 6-speed manual transmission with reverse being in and up. And to get the reverse, you just pull up this, push the clutch down, pull this ring up, and then in and up. And you can tell, because your backup camera is going to come on, that you're in reverse. So that's a nice little way of making sure you got the pattern right. We do have a leather gaiter with some stitching. We have a manual emergency brake, which I would think is required in a car like this. Then we have traction control off, and those are our drive modes. And then we do have a soft armrest. Pop it open, and now we have, if I can open these up, give you an idea what they are. There we go. We have an aux jack and a couple of USBs, 2 cup holders. So they got you covered. Key fob, lock is unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, nice weight, Subaru key fob. Steering wheel, we got a leather wrap wheel with some cross stitch, Toyota badge on the horn button, GR down below, round bottom wheel. It's a really small driver cockpit. I'd like to see this flattened off for extra room. Let me know what you think about that. We're flat black on our switchgear, where we're going to have our telephone commands over here. Volume. On the right, you're going to have some of your safety suite controls and controls for the digital dash. There's your cruise control down below right there. On the stalks, you're going to have your headlight controls on the left, windshield wipers on the right. Down below here, bright and dim the dash, pop the trunk. And we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, so they got you covered there. And then we have the digital dash. Now, drive mode action, you push it in and hold it down, and then our traction control goes off and we go to track, and then we can go back to our regular drive mode. And then you have some extra pages you can go through on the left side right here, where you can bring up additional information that you may want to see, music, right? And then you have pages underneath that you may want to go through to get whatever you may need. So it's a nice, easy system to use. Overhead console, pretty simple. If you want your dome lighting to go on and off when you open and close the door, this button all the way to the left on door. When you open the door, lighting goes on. Close the door, lighting goes off. SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. Framed rear view mirror, nothing special. And then we have our sun visor with vanity, no light. Does it slide? No, it does not. Rear seats, this is a 2+2 configuration, but you really can't fit anybody in there. As you can see, there's no leg room, but it does have the same black cloth seat belts. Pretty functional in the back, but extra gear, yes. People, no. Getting in the trunk of the GR86, you can pop it from your key fob or from the dash, or you come to the back, and right above the Toyota emblem is a button right there. Boom, open it up. But the trunk itself, very small. Small opening, only 6.26 cubic feet of cargo space. In here are the floor mats. Underneath, though, you have your all-season GR86 cargo mat, and then underneath that, you can lift up the floor. There's some extra storage with a fix-a-flat, so there's no spare. Now, if you need more room, you can drop the rear seats, but it drops as one solid piece. So I've already gone over on the left side and loosened it. So now we're going to come over here to this side. And we'll move our seat forward. There we go. Get it out of the way so I can get in here and give you a demo. But this is a small area to work. So there's that side over here. Here's the button over here, and you just push it down and it drops all in one piece. So now we snake on out of the back. If we take a look, we do have a big opening and a lot more space that you can fit stuff. So it is a good use of space even for a very small sports car. Here's the GR86 base window sticker. We'll zoom on in. Toyota GR86, 6-speed manual, 2024. There's our fuel economy estimates. Standard equipment. Only a couple of options which I could do without. Full MSRP. Take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're going down the road in this 2024 GR86 base with the 6-speed manual transmission. There we go. That's a little bit more comfortable. Very small driver cockpit. Hard to really kind of get the right fit that I want in here since we just jumped in the car. But overall, right, you get great visibility out the windshield, side glass, rear view mirror. We don't have blind spot monitoring or cross traffic alert. We do have lane keep assist and a few other things. Would like to see the blind spot monitoring and the cross traffic alert in here. But it's obviously an option package for your GR86. And this is the base model, so it doesn't have it. Of course, you could jump up to premium and probably get it there. But you know, if you want to keep the costs down, and this is almost 31 grand, then it's base all the way as far as the way you need to have it spec'd. But the ride quality, now it's a small sports car. You're going to feel the bumps, right? But it is well damped. Right, even with the small sports car and feeling some of the bumps, it feels solid. The steering right on the money, nice and tight. The 6-speed manual, very old school, very mechanical feeling. You can actually hear the linkage shifting when you shift the vehicle going down the road. You got the rear wheel drive with the Torsen limited slip diff. So it is an old school light sports car, and therefore with the lightness of it, then you don't need to have an overpowered engine, and this doesn't. A lot of people criticize this engine because it's not turboed, and therefore 228 and 184 people don't feel it's enough. But that's not the idea behind this sports car. It's light, it steers great. You can have a ton of fun with this on the twisty bits, no doubt about it. It's well put together, and it's simple. You got the naturally aspirated engine. You don't have to worry about turbos. You got the 6-speed manual transmission that you can shift yourself, feel more connected with the sports car, as I think a manual does make you feel, because you got to pay more attention to your driving than with an automatic. But obviously, if you want to take this out in the track and set track times, then the automatic is going to get you a faster track time in this vehicle than the 6-speed manual. But if you're just going to drive it around on the weekends and have fun on the back roads, this manual is going to be a hoot, an absolute hoot. Try out our brakes. Piece of cake. No problem, nice and straight. Back into first, and here we go. Shifts really well. I love the way the shifter goes. It is nice and smooth, very precise. Coming into our left turn, on the brakes. Look at that. just planted right to the ground as we zoom around, and down the road you go. I mean, really well done as far as our chassis dynamics, our suspension, the fact that you get a little rear wheel drive sports car, fantastic. And you know what, this is a dying breed, right? You got the GR86 out for 24, you have the sister car, the Subaru BRZ, out for 24, you have the Mazda Miata out for 2024, all available just like this one is set up. And that's my lane keep assist going off on me. All set up very much the same way, with the 6-speed manual, the little 2-door, and it's really up to your preference. Do you like the GR86, do you like the BRZ based on looks, or do you need to go with the benchmark Mazda Miata or MX-5? Look at that, 17.7-foot turning radius, and around the clock we go, and then down the road. Now, we're not revving this out because we have a newer engine, but it does have a 7,500 RPM red line, so that's a good deal. And then you're ripping down the road, having fun on the back roads on the weekend, and that's what this car is all about, at a pretty good price of just under $31,000 for this base model. And if you're using it as a weekend car, does the interior really matter? You got your wired CarPlay, Android Auto, you got your dual climate. You know, I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. Not a lot to go wrong in this car. Look at the way it just stays planted in the turn. Then you just power out. There's just not a lot to go wrong in this car at all. So what do you think? You're looking at sports cars, GR86, manual or the automatic, let me know. Or would you go BRZ or Mazda MX-5 Miata? Put it in the comments and let me know as well. But I do want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Toyota GR86 with the 6-speed manual for review today. I just love shifting. I just love it. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing. Turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.